Hi guys, Debbie here. Welcome to my channel or welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a get ready with me. I intended for it to be super chatty, and then when I got started I was like, I've literally got nothing to tell you. I've done nothing really to update you in my life really. But I wanted to just sit down and do some makeup together and get a little bit creative. So that's what we've done. Today as I'm filming this, it's Saturday the 22nd of May and it's World Goth Day. So taking a bit of inspiration from that. You'll be seeing the video on Sunday because I've got to edit it and get it uploaded, etc. But so yeah, I'll be a day late to celebrate, but that's kind of the inspiration that I've taken to do this look. And I really wanted to use the Nocturnal Nirvana quad from Pat McGrath, this one here. It's an all shimmer palette with an amazing purple in it, which is what I've created this wing shape with. And some beautiful dimensional shadows here. So we've used 3 out of 4 in the quad for this look, and yeah, came out super dramatic and I'm really enjoying how it looks. So it's a full face get ready with me, so we're going to be going from this completely made up face to literally no makeup in a second. So let's jump straight into it and I'll show you how I created the look. Okay guys, so we've got a completely blank canvas today, no makeup on my face at all, and we're going to do my eyes first because I want to do something quite dramatic and winged out, and I want to use tape, and then the tape always pulls off your base. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to be using the Pat McGrath Nocturnal Nirvana palette today. Never used this quad and it's got a beautiful purple in there. The only issue with this quad is that it's all shimmer, but it's literally so stunning. So we're going to be using that purple as kind of a winged out sort of base for the look. So why don't we get started with that? I've got some sellotape. I'm just going to apply that to my outer corners. I've kind of taken some of the tack off of that. I'm just going to, as I say, just apply that just to give me the clean line that I want. I really need to get some of these like proper tapes like I think Elf do. I keep saying this and I never get around to buying the boring things, and I always buy eyeshadow. So right, I'm going to prime just using the soft ochre paint pot, but just in the sort of upper part here, just really to get rid of my redness and veins rather than anything else, because I'm going to be sticking to shimmer shadows and I've got another product I want to go in with as a base. But it does just help give me a bit more of a canvas to work with if I've just kind of evened out my skin tone. I kind of feel weird doing my eyes first. I always do because I haven't got any brows as such, like my brows are so pale, and you can't really do those until you've done your base. I suppose I could have done my base to like halfway down and then I could have done it. Maybe that's what I'll do next time. But what I want to do is use this NYX pencil and create kind of a winged out shape with that. And I just thought it might help having the tape there to make sure I get it super precise. I can do it without, but it's way easier with tape, so that's what we're going to do. Taking it out quite a long way, and I'm not going to be using a winged eyeliner or anything today, so the only trouble with this pencil is it's not very precise in terms of like the tip of it, so hopefully this is going to be okay. Where it's just coming in towards my eye there, I'm just going to help it along, just smudge it in with a brush. Would have liked to have got that line a little bit cleaner on the top, which would be way easier if your eyes were not as ancient as mine. So I'm just going to replicate the same on the other eye. Really wanted to do something that's not your traditional YouTuber thing to do, like most people take one palette and you're kind of bound by using that palette because you're doing a review or whatever. And I didn't really want to do that today, so I just want to bring in a few different products. Just have a bit of a makeup playtime, so if you're feeling like you just want to chill with me and just do some makeup, this is the perfect video for you, I think. So how have you guys all been doing? For me, I've been really good actually. I've been busy at work but not too busy that I can't cope, which is great. That's the way I like it. I like to be kept busy but I don't like to be stressed, so it's been quite a nice week. The weather though, oh my god, the weather in the UK at the moment is just the worst. And I think it's all my fault because we bought a patio set so we could sit out and enjoy the summer. And ever since we bought that, it's done nothing but rain. Even if it's sunny for like half a day, it'll rain by the time I get a chance to go and sit out. It's super annoying. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting these even. Don't know how well this is going actually. When we take the tape off, it'll all be magic, hopefully. I think what I'm going to do is just blend the top, because I'm not getting it very straight anyway, so I might just blend there a little bit so it just fades out. I think that might be better. We'll just have a sharp lower line but not a sharp line on the top. So this weekend it's going to be foul weather, so I thought I'd get lots of YouTube stuff done. So just uploaded a video today that I filmed in the week. I've just been making the thumbnail for that, which I love, just having a bit of time to chill and just make the thumbnails. I don't mind doing that at all, and I love the editing process as well. It's the filming that takes me the time to sort of get set up to do. But I started the day super chill, got that done, and now I was in the mood to film, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to do a video today. Alright, we're going to go in with the purple shade, and I'm going to pack that everywhere that I've put that purple velvet pencil. And I expect this will probably have some fallout because it's a shimmer shade, which is why I decided to do my eyes first, and also that I can get this sharp line. I'm just going to pack that, as I say, everywhere that we've already applied that pencil. But I just think putting pencils underneath really helps with the opacity and gives you a guideline of the shape you're trying to create as well. Wanting this to be super dramatic and winged out, which is why I've gone all the way out to my hairline pretty much. One thing that I have been doing this week is buying some makeup I really shouldn't be buying. So I got very tempted by the Pat McGrath new launches for the blush, so I bought 4 blushes, the new quad and a highlighter, but the bundle deals on her site are just so good. Like, you end up getting a couple of the products free by the time you're done when you're buying them in the bundle. And I really just could not decide on which shade of the blush to get, so I've gone for the deepest bundle of 3 that you could get. It's got a deep coral and a deep pink in there. I love pigmented blush, as you guys probably know, so I decided to do that. But then I bought a wearable sort of pink one with some gold shimmer for the summer as well. So this is going to look horrendous until we're somewhere finished, by the way. I'd say this is more of a satin than a shimmer, so it's going on quite nicely. Love me a satin sheeny sort of shade like this. And it's not often I do a look that has no mattes in it, but I thought it could work for this. I'm just going to blend just on the outer part of it now I've added that shadow. Right, so that's the tricky bit done, so I can take the tape off now and hopefully we'll have a nice clean line. Well, we almost do. That bit will be easy to clean up. Right, so I'm going to do my face makeup and then return to the eyes, but I just wanted to get this shape down, and as I say, using a shimmery shade that's quite pigmented, I thought it might be a risk to do that first. So for face products today, I wanted to use some things that I don't use too often, but I am going to go in with the Pat McGrath Primer. It's the only primer I own, so I've been really enjoying using primer just lately. I've let my moisturiser sink in, and this is going on lovely over the top. It feels super smooth. I wanted to get a reasonably full coverage foundation on today, so I'm going to use the Conceal and Hydrate by Revolution. I'm so bored of my foundations, I really need to invest in some new ones. just don't really know what to buy that's gonna work for me, because I like kind of a medium coverage, I guess, a little bit glowy. I'm quite a pinky tone, so these foundations by Revolution are really pinky in tone, so they suit me in that way. But this one doesn't kind of stay very well on my skin, like it does break up on my nose. I've got a bit of a oilier T-zone than the rest of my skin, so I don't love it for that reason, but for the price it's a good foundation, and it does what it says, like medium to full, but without like looking like a mask on my skin, which is good. When you're older you don't want it too mask like. I don't know, I end up with it all sitting in my lines and wrinkles if I go for it being too much of a matte foundation. I always think it's quite tricky putting on your foundation after you've done your eyes, because you've got to be quite precise going around the eye makeup. That's the only tricky bit. Oh, gone over that, which I didn't want to do. I think I might have to touch up the wing a little bit on that side. I've kind of messed it up. Actually, that foundation's gone on so much better over that primer than it normally looks if I don't put a primer on, so that's good. And it's full coverage but glowy, so maybe I'm going to get on with it better with this primer. I'm going to use the Conceal and Hydrate concealer. I do like this one. It's weird, I prefer the concealer than I do the foundation. I don't know why, because you would think they'd be pretty much the same, but my shade in both is 3, so F3 in the foundation and C3 in the concealer. And I know most people like to use a sponge to blend out their concealer, but I like to get right into the corners of my eye, so this brush does a good job for me. This one is the P86, so it's one of those like special precision brushes that Sigma brought out 2 or 3 years ago. I've only got a couple of these. This one that's a bit more of a flat top to it, but they are good for specific purposes like this. When I started buying brushes, Sigma were the first ones that I ever bought, and I still use them now 3 or 4 years later, so they're pricey but they are really good brushes. But you absolutely don't need to spend a fortune on brushes in my eyes. Alright, to set that down, I've got to go with one of my favourites. This is the KVD powder. I think this thing will last me forever, and I'm not mad about it because I really love it. I don't even really know why I like it so much, but I just do. I just think it's glowy enough without being like too glowy. Like, it doesn't cover the glow up too much of the foundation, but it does kind of set it down, and it doesn't change the colour of it, which is a major thing. I think a lot of these powders that say they're translucent just add colour, and I don't want that because I like to be quite pale. I'm going to add a little bit of contour to my cheeks though, so I'm going to go in with Hoola Light from Benefit. I've not used that in a long time, so just fancy to use it today. I'm going to use a contour brush to apply it. I think that's actually a little bit too light for me now. A little bit too light and a little bit too warm as contour. No, not loving how that's looking. I'm going to go into my LunaTick Lab contour book because it just makes the best contour. I always add a bit of red into my contour, so I always go for those two, and it just seems to suit my skin tone a little bit more. Yeah, see, that looks a lot better, I think. It's almost like that blushes contour kind of effect. That's chiselling out my cheekbones way better, I think. I'm just going to hop off camera and do my brows. It's super boring to watch. I've done it a million times on camera, so I'll be back in 2 seconds with those done. Okay, so we've got brows on. Not the best brows day, but they're on. So I'm going to go in with one of my favourites. Can't stop using these palettes at the moment. I love these lightly makeup blush palettes. If you're interested in these, they've got a 25% off site-wide sale at the moment. So, or they did when I looked this morning, but they're just fantastic. So this one's the Fairy Blush Palette. And I want to use the shade Amethyst today. So it's super purpley. I'm going to brighten it up with some highlight, but that's helping with the sort of contour as well, I think. Wanted quite a greasy contour today. For highlight, I'm going to go in with Nomad's Cosmetics Studio 54 highlight in Hot Shot. So beautiful pink to purple duochromes. I think that'll work really well. I'm going to use quite a scratchy brush though, because these are quite hard to pick up on a brush. They're just a little bit too hard pressed, which is a shame because it's super pretty. You can see the effect that it's giving. Today as I'm filming this, I've been reliably informed it's World Goth Day, so I thought I'd do something a little bit more goth inspired than I'd planned to do. So I think the shades I'm choosing definitely go with the vibe today. I'm going to take this line down onto my lower lash line now as well. Try and get that to meet up. So these are lovely pencils, but they're not quite pointed enough. Now I'm going to take that same purple shade from the palette and I'm going to run that on a pencil brush on my lower lash line. So I'm keeping quite a graphic shape today. I don't want to blow this out too much. Now I think I'm going to use both of these shades. I think I'm going to go with that one in the outer part and that one in the inner part of my lid. I'm going to go in with NYX Glitter Primer. I don't want to make a cut crease out of it, so I'm just going to just liberally apply that. This Profusion brush that I've had for years, it's really good for this. It came with a load of loose eyeshadows in a set at Christmas that cost like about a tenner, but the brush is really good. If you don't want to be precise, it's got a nice flat shape to it. These are super cheap. You only ever see Profusion in the UK, or I have, in Boots at Christmas time, so taking that quite high. I'm going to take a little bit of that purple shadow onto my outer corner, just in a sort of diagonal. Because I'm not going to be using a wing liner today, that will just help accentuate my eyes in that corner, I think. Okay, so I'm going in with this turquoisey shade. I'm going to lay that in the outer corner. Might take that to about halfway actually. Oh, that's super pretty. I love these tealy sort of blues like this. The special shades from Pat are just so multi-dimensional, I love them. I'll take that slightly at a diagonal, I think. And then the green shade on the inner part. And that's got a green to purple shift, so I think that will look really pretty with the look. I love how they blend into each other. Super pretty. Taking the tip of the brush just to blend into my crease just a little bit with that purple. I'm going to wrap that green shade round onto my lower lash line because why not? Because it's super pretty. It deserves more of a moment in the look, I think. I want to highlight my brow bone a little bit. There's nothing in the palette that's going to do that for me, but I've got a C palette of Old Makeup Geek shades, and I'm going to use the shade Shimmer Shimmer. One of my favourite brow bone highlight shades, which I never use on camera, but I do really, really love. I think I've had this shadow 4 or 5 years and it still performs so well as well. It's just lifted that brow a little bit, I think. Right, so I'm going to hop off camera. I'm going to do my mascara and a lip. I think I'm going with a black lip today, so I'll come back looking super goth and finish up the video. Okay, this is the finished look, of course. I finished it off with a black lipstick as promised. This one's by Lethal Cosmetics. It's one of their Chimera liquid lipsticks and it's in the shade Abyss, which is a super black with a sort of velvety matte finish. Really, really like this one. I've got 3 black liquid lipsticks in my collection. This one, or maybe the one called Wicked from Luna Beauty, are my 2 favourites, I think. So yeah, it's nice to use this one on camera. I don't think I ever have used it on camera. Don't bust out a black lip that often, but I always think they're just so dramatic. I really love a black lipstick. So guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing this come together. Sorry I wasn't super chatty. I haven't got a lot to tell you. I've not been doing anything really. So it's just fun just to get on camera and just do some makeup together, I think. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel, then I'd love it if you might consider subscribing. And if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Really helps me out in the whole algorithm thing. I'm really suffering at the moment with my numbers. So anything that you guys can do to support me would be really appreciated. Drop a comment, let me know what you think of the look, and also what you guys have been up to. I'd love to know that. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.